I come from the Lakota people of the Oglala Sioux tribe with the Pioneer Indian Reservation. I'm here with my brothers. They asked me to come up and say a few words. And my Tanshi here wants to sing a song for everybody. But we also wanted to, touch base with everybody and let everybody know, I'm here with 13 others. Well, all of us make 13. There's 13 of us young warriors from home. And we come from the Wakbamini district and, the Thunder Lake Sundance family. And, we were advised, by our spiritual leader and by our relatives, our parents at home, to go home. But, we thought about it. We had a pipe ceremony 4 days ago. And, we asked the Creator, that night it was really windy. We asked the Creator to have pity on the people. I asked him to look at the camp, and to, have pity on us and, to help us, to guide us and to give us, the strength and the courage to continue, because our prophecies, passed down from Grandma and Grandpa told us that this was going to happen. They told us that there was a black snake that was going to come, that was going to try to, wipe out the people, and if we didn't succeed in chopping the head off that black snake, that, it was going to be the end of our time. And, we come from, like I said, we come from the Oglala Sioux tribe. We come from Crazy Horse. We're direct descendants of Crazy Horse. And, and we made the decision that we were going to go against what was told to us at home, and we were going to stay because we're warriors. Our ancestor, our grandpa, Crazy Horse, he fought and died, fighting to his last breath so that we can live as Lakota people, so that we can continue to, live the way the Creator intended for us to live, with that spiritual law off the land. And, so we all sat together and, and we decided, since his blood runs through our veins, that we weren't going to surrender either. And that even though, this was a small victory, this is still, a very hard time. It's going to get, it's really crucial because now this is the only piece of the puzzle that, they have to put together. And, and as long as, we're here and we have that same fight that Grandpa Crazy Horse carried within his heart and what he wanted for the people, we were going to help to carry on his legacy and his life in a good way like that. So we asked, we prayed, we asked for pity, and now look, since we prayed, we woke up, the sun's been shining, the wind stopped, the fire went out, it's lit again, and we, we were also told in those prophecies that the seventh generation was going to be the ones to take a stand, to make a difference, and that's who we are here today. We're the seventh generation. And now it's our time. This is what our ancestors, this is what Grandma and Grandpa told us was going to happen, and it's happening. It was hard, to hear that the elders went home. That it's hard for me to have the chief go home. But we realized, they said the seventh generation. So now it's our time. They're home. They're taking care of the people. They're taken care of. Our elders are warm. They're safe. Now it's time for us to stand up and take on this front line and continue what they passed down to us, just like how they have in the past. So, we're our camp, we're still down there, we're with the rest of the Oglalas, but we're all young men, so we're here to help out, we're here to stand the ground, we're here, on behalf of the treaties. Our treaties never been honored since they were made, since they killed Crazy Horse, since they killed our chiefs in the past. So, we're here to reaffirm that, with the United States government, to let them know, regardless how many times they tell us to go home, because of the weather, we're not going to go home. Because, we look back, we reflected on our lives, where we come from, Grandma and Grandpa. Before 1492, this is how we lived. Grandma and Grandpa made it through many harsh winters. They made it through many storms, but through prayer and helping one another, they survived. And look at us, we're still here. So I'm not, us boys, we're not going to let Morton County, we're not going to let DAPL try to tell us how to live our lives, try to tell us to go home. It's not safe enough for us. We have that spiritual law, we have that connection with the spiritual world, with Tukashila, and that's how we're going to make it. Our ancestors, our grandmas, our elders started this with prayer. That's what brought all these nations together. They told us that one day in the future, all nations, all walks of mankind, all colors of the universe were going to come together and in unity, and things were going to get better. You know, and look at all the prophecies that are coming true to this day. You know, so that's why we're here, to help continue that for generations to come. You know, like Grandma and Grandpa, they thought 500 years ahead of time. You know, they fought and they died so that we could all stand here today, so that we can say this prayer. We can be la Jota people, you know, that we are today. And, you know, every day I give thanks to the Creator, you know, for Grandma and Grandpa, for them doing that, you know, for this very moment, you know, to me to stand here to talk to most of you, and, you know, and I don't even know, you know, everybody personally, you know, but we're all related some way, somehow, you know, through creation, through stories. You know, that's why we're here, and that's why, you know, we're in this circle. So I'm going to turn the mic over, and, you know, my Tanshi's going to sing a song. You know, he wanted to sing a song for everybody, you know, for those that are at home, for our children, the Wakayans, the newborn, the unborn, the generations yet to come. You know, I too want to see my great-great-great-grandchildren, you know, enjoy the beauty and the resources that I was blessed with. You know, so that's why we're here, and, you know, we're going to continue to be here. So,
Thank you, Grandfather, for everything you have given us today. I thank you for giving us the first medicine, the water of life, the Mini Tony. I thank each and every one of you here to help fight this fight, to help chop off that head of that black snake. And we are going to win this fight. We are going to win this war. And we are here. And we are here to stay. We will never surrender. Whoa, Pila. Me talk when I say.
If anybody has an